Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Takes from the Lakes podcast.
Bro gets
I'm,
into
as
Northwestern and
always,
thinks he's all that.
all right, all right,
Bro
all
got into
right.
college and thinks he's number one sports broadcaster.
Um,
Anyways,
Listen,
interest.
I
Go
was
on.
doing a bit. I was doing a bit. It was funny.
I
And I hope you all
mean, I'm
laughed.
laughing. Yeah, you succeeded
Exactly.
there. But anyways, go
Here,
on. Sorry to
here
interrupt.
as always with James. Even though he's zooming in from the Seattle, Washington,
hmm Yep.
after his little ski trip.
Yeah.
But how are you doing today, James?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Was in the car for like 5 hours driving down from Whistler, Canada. But it was a pretty beautiful drive. And yeah, just got back here, been chilling to another beautiful place, Seattle. So
Wait, do
no
they
complaints.
call it Whistler because like the wind whistles?
Maybe. I don't know the backstory. We can give it that backstory. We can give it the take from Link's backstory if we want, but that is a good
I'm just guessing.
hypothesis
I'm
from
just
yourself,
guessing.
yeah. But yeah, how are you doing today?
Great. We had a 2 hour delay at school. We've got another one. I was still
That's
late
pretty much
actually.
peak life.
Um,
That's like
yeah.
borderline peak life.
Oh my gosh, an SOL schedule coming up soon. Oh,
Wait, is
literally,
that Wednesday? That's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
I think so.
That no, that's literally insane. Like this might be the best week of school for like anybody ever. Like 2 day delay or
Yes.
2 hour delay, Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
SOL schedule. SOL schedule is like 10:30 start time for those who don't know, or like something like
So
that,
incredible.
10:50. Wow,
Oh my gosh.
that's sick. But as I did mention, Mass did get into Northwestern, so
Yeah.
round of applause for everyone listening and watching. I was with him the moment, I guess not the exact moment, but right after when he figured out, and it was yeah, pretty awesome. So congrats to you. Can't wait to
Yeah.
see what you do in the future.
I
And
wonder
yeah,
what other cool things have happened in the Princess Anne boys locker room stall.
yeah. Legally, we can't get into that.
Yeah.
And for our family-friendly audience, but
Um,
yeah, no.
but yeah, thank you so
Congrats.
much, James. I really
Yeah, of
appreciate it.
course.
Thanks
It
for
was a
all the
long
takes
time
from the lake
coming.
support, guys.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
pod graphic was fire.
and
Pod
trust
post,
me, there is more on the way in terms of. I
hmm
know we always say it, but
but
we've
for
got
real.
some big things on the horizon. So
hmm
just
Yeah,
stay tuned.
yeah.
But we actually have to get into it a little bit. Turmoil in Miami, as people are saying. First and foremost, Jimmy Butler suspended 7 games for conduct unbecoming to the team or like detrimental to the team.
hmm
Which basically is just like we don't like you, Jimmy, and you're not good at basketball. So
Yeah.
tell me what you think, James.
I mean, it's kind of dumb. I mean, how many times do like NBA superstars, I'm gonna say Jimmy Butler's a superstar, but NBA superstars like request trades and then like teams will just be like, all right, like we'll just sit you, or they actually will trade them. I don't like has a player ever gotten suspended like this for requesting a trade, basically? Like it's kind of insane. I don't know. Like I guess it's
Or
heat and
I
like
mean,
heat culture, but
I
you know.
think it's like usually they don't get sat
hmm
or like they sit anyways with like some injury and they don't get suspended and the Heat are trying to come out ahead of this and not look like a pushover team and
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
suspending him, which I
I guess
actually
it's
can
like, yeah.
respect. But
hmm
I'm sick and tired of Jimmy Butler actually. Like
Really.
we kind of thought he'd changed
hmm
from like the diva antics. Like I feel like I'm the only one who didn't think that story about him playing with the bench warmers on the Timberwolves and like cooking the
Oh
starters
yeah.
in the league. Like I didn't think that was cool.
Really.
Like I don't know. I just find that to be kind of unprofessional. Like you didn't practice all week and you come and play in the scrimmage game and then leave. Like,
Yeah.
all
hmm
right.
His whole Minnesota stint was just weird. It was
Yeah.
whack.
And then in Philly, like it kind of was whatever. But
hmm
he did talk a lot. And then he gets to Miami and he's like, I want to spend the rest of my career here. And then as soon as things like start to not go his way, emergence of Tyler Hero and Nikola Jovic, and he's kind of like not as much the guy anymore.
hmm
And he starts throwing a fit.
Yeah.
So I'm down on Jimmy right now.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, like I was saying, like Heat culture is obviously different than other teams.
Yeah.
Like James Harden, when he requested a trade from the Rockets, they were just like, I don't know if they like. I think he just sat out. Like he put on the
Yeah.
fat suit and just sat out for a little bit, and they traded him to the Nets. But I guess it's yeah, they're trying to. I guess the Heat are trying to stick up for themselves and not kind of be at the service of these NBA superstars. I remember we had this like very like the day one conversation of like KD like requesting a trade, and you were like, oh, they just shouldn't. That was like an insane argument that lasted like hours on end in I think Spain and Portugal. But yeah, that's actually I think the day that we started the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Odd night
anyways,
too. I was filming with like a semi-black eye.
oh my God,
Shout out
did we take
Grayson.
that TikTok down?
I think we
Or
took like
is,
most of the TikToks down, but yeah.
shout out Grayson. I feel like we mentioned that multiple times on the
I
pod.
bet he's doing all
That's got a
right.
black eye. Yeah.
Oh
From this kid
yeah.
Grayson in Spain.
He was
Um,
18, dude. He turned around.
yeah.
Boom.
I forget that happened. I that's oh my
Yeah,
God, it's
that was
insane.
crazy.
But no,
And
anyways,
like to be
that night,
fair, yeah,
you're good, go
yeah.
on.
I was like kind of a little twerp, but
Oh, that's an understatement, but
like
um
I don't know.
yeah.
Crazy
Um
times.
yeah. No, but that night Nash was like, oh, like teams shouldn't just, let NBA superstars, walk all over them. Um and like you were saying, like the Nets should just like sit Kevin Durant, like not let him play, and then that was kind of your argument. But it's kind of coming back here, like they're not letting that happen to them, and we haven't really seen an NBA team do
I
that.
kind of
So,
stand by that opinion.
hmm no, looking
But
back, like I think it was a good argument.
I also do see the like you don't want to have like value rotting
Yeah,
away
just
on your
wasted.
bench.
Like
Um
it's more like you're like, yeah, but it's I guess it's
um
tough team wise. But yeah.
and I think it just goes to show that as good of a culture as you can create, like some diva can still like screw it all
hmm
up.
Yeah,
Um
especially in the NBA. But
yeah.
yeah, speaking
But
of divas
then
though, Tyreek Hill,
yeah, Tyreek Hill, I think
kind
this
of
was a
known he's
little
been
more
an interesting dude.
justified.
Yeah.
Although like I wouldn't say like Tyreek Hill has a history of doing things that are like kind of not so great character wise.
hmm
But I don't think this is like wrong. I mean, you can say
Yeah.
what you will about like Tua and the CTE stuff, but like Tua just has not been good at all.
Yeah.
They have
hmm
not been getting him the ball this year like they did in past years. And the defense is bad.
Future is not looking good for the Dolphins, I will say.
So he's coming back to the Chiefs on a prorated veteran minimum. Um,
You didn't do anything it takes to win. Yeah. I don't know.
no,
I
just
mean,
kidding. I see him
although that'd be
signing
crazy.
with,
I mean, they're not gonna cut him, right? They're gonna trade him for something.
yeah, well, he's gonna sign a new contract, right?
Or he's gonna get. I think what does he have 1 year left in his deal? Then he's probably gonna get extended. Let's see.
Oh, I thought this was
Or
a
three.
contract year. Or I guess the way NFL is,
Let's see.
like if you're a superstar, your contract year is like the year before your contract
Yeah.
year.
hmm
Um,
Unless you're T Higgins, you just never get extended. But okay, my thing's not loading. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I feel like I would have seen if he's a free agent. Um.
well, he only signed a 3-year deal with them, but I guess his first
Yeah.
year was on his
Okay.
Chiefs deal.
Yeah. It's a trade. I'm seeing that. I don't know. I'm trying to get the contract details, but he signed 3 year 90 with the Dolphins. And this was his third year with the Dolphins, but his first was under the Chiefs contract. So I think
Yeah,
he's 1 year left in his deal, and then yeah, but might be like a Devontae Adams sort of situation, trade and decide the extension. But yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting though.
So
I mean, he was very like I saw the quote, like whatever. I got the Twitter notification, saw the quote, and I was like, that's not a real quote. Like, there's no way. And you look into it, it's like
yeah,
he literally said like, I'm out. Like I don't want to be here,
yeah,
which I thought was. I mean, it was different. I mean, the dude's being blunt, so I guess yeah, gotta give him respect. But
yeah.
um,
I
and then yeah, I
don't
guess he sat
mind
out
it
like the
as much
latter
for
half of
some
the game
reason.
too. Like Mike McDaniel was like, "Oh, I was told he was unavailable," and
Yeah.
but
The one thing I will say is like I think Mike McDaniel's a good coach.
mhm.
Um, and so like I struggle with this decision from that perspective. I think the Dolphins should have committed in some way to him and said like we're gonna draft a quarterback. Um,
Yeah. Do you think that would
'Cause
fix his problem? Like, I'm
I
sure
don't
he's fine
know.
with two because they never got on the ball when like Skylar Thompson was their quarterback, which is still dumb because you just get the ball to Tyreek Hill. Like he would go like 3 games over like a 3 game stretch, have like 5 receptions, which is like horrible,
Yeah,
like not acceptable. But
and it's really not
I don't know.
acceptable.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, just drop a play, get the ball to him in the backfield, and like we'll make magic happen. But
Yeah.
obviously, it wasn't their game plan.
I actually don't know. Like that's a good question if like that would fix his attitude.
Hmm
Um, I
I mean,
bet
I think it's just
that,
the team is bad. Like they went 8-9 this year, barely missed the playoffs, but still, like he just
and he feels like he's not
collectively.
contributing.
Hmm
Um, and so like I understand that a little more. Like, should he have gone out and said like, I'm out? No, but this is a player empowerment move. As
Yeah,
opposed to like Jimmy's is a little bit different. Tyreek played for all intents and purposes, the entire season.
yeah.
Um,
And the season's over now, so yeah, I
yeah,
guess a little bit different, but definitely two situations we haven't really seen ever. I mean, a team suspending a player for basically requesting a trade among other things, and then Tyreek just like saying, "Yo, I'm out of here," right after the season, and he changed his Insta profile pic to or maybe Twitter to Antonio Brown
Twitter,
leaving the
yeah.
field. Yeah, so
Okay,
that
so
could mean
landing
something,
spots
but
for them. Where do you think they'll end up?
Jimmy. I really honestly have not even thought about this. You go first with Jimmy. I'm gonna ponder a
I
little
think
bit.
Jimmy's either gonna go to Golden State or Dallas.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
I
hmm.
my only thing is I don't think Golden State's stupid enough to mess up their like kind of timeline
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
And
What
then
about like Houston?
no,
They're 23-12. They're second in the West right now.
I know, but what does Jimmy bring to that team?
Experience. Do they have
I
anybody on their squad
guess.
that like I mean they're so young as
It's
of
just
now.
like it's just like I feel like if I'm Houston, I know that my timeline is so good. And like
And they're
yeah,
in the
they're probably not
schedule.
gonna win, but it's like they have to give up somebody extremely valuable. Like
Yeah.
Shengun is insane. Jalen Green is good. Um, Reed Shepard is good. Van Vliet, Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore is insane. Have you seen the
Hmm
numbers Cam Whitmore's been putting up?
No, but I assume they're good.
They're
He's
like
always just been
crazy. They're
solid.
crazy efficient.
Hmm
Jabari Smith, like you have to give up one of those guys in order to get him, and I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, it's fair.
Unless you're trading away like Fred Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks, like
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
hmm Yeah.
Um, I think Dallas makes some sense,
Yeah, I do
but
like Dallas. 20 and 15. The West is, I mean, you got Thunder who are going to finish first, and just beyond that, it's, oh my gosh, insane. So definitely team will probably look
or
for
maybe
a
even
trade to put him over the
Cleveland.
edge.
Maybe because Cleveland's one weak spot is small forward.
Do you think they're going to, I mean, like you said, teams don't want to mess their program up. I don't, they're 31-4. I don't know if they want to change anything up,
Yeah, it's
but,
true.
and I mean, you probably give up like, who would you give up? I
Are
don't
they a
know.
final? Do you think they're a championship contender at this point?
I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna be them or Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals. But I mean, they have to be at 31-4. There's no way there's
Yeah,
not. I'd put money on the
that's
Celtics to
so
win the
insane.
championship still. I think it's gonna be Celtics Thunder, but I don't know. We'll see. It's actually
And we
insane.
still
31-4 and the Thunder are 30-5.
haven't
God.
seen Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein on the floor together too.
Chet's out to like what February, mid to late
Yeah,
February, something like that.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
interesting. And then Tyreek. Oof. Um, Gosh,
ugh, this is kind of gross, dude. They wouldn't trade him to
like,
Buffalo.
does he have a no trade clause? Like, can he choose where he go or choose
They
where he
might
goes?
trade him to Oakland
Raiders,
because Oakland's kind of probably in line to get a
Oakland.
QB.
I
He
mean,
wouldn't want to
Vegas.
go there, but sorry, yeah, Vegas, same thing.
It's like, damn, that's a blast of the past. Yeah. I think. I mean,
Ugh. Well,
Ravens
I
would be
mean,
sick.
honestly, anywhere in the
Buffalo.
West except for Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ravens. I don't see him going to anyone in the
Chargers.
NFC.
Yeah.
Packers don't have the money.
I can see him going to Buffalo, honestly, if they want to trade for him.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with them this year. I mean, if they like lose to the Chiefs again, they're gonna. I think they'll do it. They'll pull the trigger.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
but God, I could if they lose to the Chiefs again, dude. Well, I mean, should we just get
It's
into NFL playoff talk?
yeah, it's so funny because like there can be all these talks. Like, yes, Mahomes did not deserve to make the Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah.
I think the three guys who made it over him were more deserving. Like, I
hmm
can come out and say that. He certainly is not like an MVP, but
he
it
turned the season
doesn't.
around though,
Yeah,
like
no,
down the
he
stretch. Yeah.
yeah, he had a really good like he's been good the last few
Yeah.
weeks. Um,
hmm
but regardless, if we go and win another Super Bowl, it does not matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
he hasn't thrown a pick since the Bills game.
Yeah.
Um,
hmm
so he only ended up throwing 11 picks, which is like
Like his
not that
numbers
bad.
look good. Like 26 and 11 was 4,000 yards.
Yeah, 39. I mean, yeah, 26 isn't great
hmm
by his standards, and not
Yeah.
breaking 4,000 is also like kind of weird.
But they went
But
like they're 15 and
it
1 with him as a starter. So
yeah, it is
it's
the
just
lowest
insane.
number of TDs and lowest number of yards for him as a starter, but um completion percentage highest of his career,
hmm
like marginally, but and like rating really not
Yeah.
bad at all. So
hmm
shout out Pat Mahomes. But so what do you think the AFC looks like? Because I think it's way more interesting than the NFC.
Oh yeah. I mean, we got Denver, Buffalo. I hope it's a good game. Bills are gonna destroy them. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. The Steelers they're so bad. Like they are not a good team. Ravens are gonna destroy them. Houston Chargers. That's by far the best game in the AFC. I mean, Houston's been playing horrible. I love the Chargers. They have insanely great vibes. And I want Chargers Kansas City week or in the divisional. But I still think Chargers are going to win this game anyway. So give me Chargers over Houston. And then overall, I mean, I think the Bills going to be hard to stop. I don't know. I hope it's Bills Kansas City. If not Lamar. Wait, so if Lamar beats who would Lamar play in the divisional? Oh, we have Lamar Allen divisional. Dude, the AFC divisional game's gonna be sick if the Chargers win. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Chargers KC. I don't know. I mean,
I'm
give me the
not gonna
Chiefs in
lie.
that.
I think the Steelers have a chance simply by virtue of like it's a rivalry game.
They did they lose them the first time they played them? Uh they
Yeah,
did on
right?
that stupid game. Yeah, 16 to 18 Boswell at 6 field goals. But then they
Who,
destroyed him at home last time. I don't know. If Lamar loses that game, oh my God, his legacy is
dude,
screwed.
if Allen loses to Mahomes again, his legacy is cooked.
The 0-4. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Oh
who?
my
Okay,
God.
give me the Bills out of the AFC. I think they'll get over the hump, and they already
That's
beat the
the
Chiefs. I
only
guess
team if the Bills don't I mean obviously Chargers Chiefs would be a good game in the
it'd be
divisional,
a
I
sick
think.
game. Yeah.
And I honestly like am I could see us losing to any of these teams except maybe the
hmm
Steelers.
Yeah.
Um, Texans without their weapons, I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Um, but CJ Stroud's good. Regardless, I could see any of these teams taking us out, but the only one that scares me is the Bills. I'm terrified of
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Um,
They've been playing
but
really
home
well.
field advantage is big. Um, I'm
hmm
scared of the Broncos could win that game.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing
Bo Nix just
really
isn't
well.
quite ready.
Yeah. I mean, that game, I
The
know they played the KC backups, but that was huge for them. Like, they're flowing right now.
Yeah, they are flying. And honestly, like that could have been a play too. Everybody's saying the Chiefs did it to duck Cincy, but they could have done it so that the Broncos are hot going into their game with Buffalo.
So they're playing checkers, not chess. But
Oh my
also,
God,
it
dude.
sucks that the Bengals to make the playoffs. I want to see Joe play so bad. But anyways, okay, yeah. No, I hope that
Dude,
Denver game's good.
this is the funniest Chiefs, like literally like who are these guys?
For who?
Cameron, yeah, the Chiefs in that game.
Uh,
Cameron Jones
oh,
led
oh,
us in
yeah.
tackles. Like,
Hmm. Yeah,
this is
that's
so bad.
Wentz played so bad. He was so
Nico
horrible. Whoa,
Remigio,
yeah. Yeah, Peyton Hendershot, former Cowboy, right? Yeah.
yeah, but he's trash. Uh,
Samaje,
Chris
uh,
Oladokin, I didn't even know he was on the roster. Um,
quarterback. Huh. Yeah, no, interesting. But okay, who has more to prove, Lamar or Josh Allen? Like, whose legacy is more on the line? Also, yeah, okay. Say that first, and
Lamar,
that's the next one.
Lamar,
Okay, really?
because okay, can you really blame except for the first time he lost to the Chiefs when he like before he broke out? Can you really
Hmm.
blame any of Josh Allen's playoff losses on him?
Mm,
He's literally like balled out so many times and
did he really
lost.
last year though? I don't really remember last
Like,
year's game too much because it gets overshadowed by the insane game. What was that,
was
3 years ago?
we played them again last year?
Yeah, it was
Did we?
20. Was it 2017? Or like the score was 2017? It was either last year or 2 years ago.
I
Chiefs playoffs.
uh
I'm pretty sure
27-24
27 24
NFL divisional.
divisional
Let's
last
look at
year,
his
right?
stats.
Okay.
26 of 39, 186 and one touchdown. Also 72 yards on the ground and two touchdowns. It's a pretty awesome.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, I
picks.
don't know. I'd have to rewatch that game, like see the circumstances. But obviously, first one, Chiefs are the far better team, so whatever. The second game, I mean, Mahomes, whatever, is insane. And then I don't really remember last year's too much, but I guess fair. But like, even if that's the case, if you're 0-3 against a team in the past 4 years, you're like, all right, like
He
you
also
gotta, you
like
gotta,
literally has nobody. Lamar's roster is so stacked.
yeah.
Like
Lamar's loss, yeah, Lamar's loss
and,
last year might have been worse than all three of Josh Allen's
and
combined.
Lamar is literally known for like selling late in like getting hurt late in the season or like
Hmm.
just like
Yeah.
coming up short when it comes to the playoffs. I think the Josh Allen thing is more a reflection of the Bills as opposed
Hmm.
to Josh Allen. Like everybody knows
Yeah.
Josh Allen is just as talented as Mahomes.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is just like I'd say Mahomes is more of a dog. Um,
Hmm.
but that's like the only thing that really separates them.
Yeah.
Allen's a little bit faster. Mahomes is more of a dog, probably a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
Um, but like they're really obviously I think Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the NFL. If you are like starting a franchise today, I'm taking Mahomes. But
Hmm.
like that's only because of the championship pedigree.
Yeah.
And like I really do understand like and like Josh Allen is nuts.
Yeah.
Um
Who do you think is MVP?
I think you have to give it to Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah, there's a precedent. Like
Except
you
by
have to
Lamar
win
last
games.
year.
You have to win games.
Yeah.
Because if we're going like if we're going
Okay.
purely based off of statistics, then Allen should have won it last year.
He threw like 17 picks though, or something like that. I don't know. Last year was honestly, if it was based off stats, Dak should have won it. Honestly, last like
Stop, stop,
no,
stop,
let's look
stop,
at no, no, no,
stop.
no, no, no. Let's look at this. Ready? Dak last year. Hold the phone. So Dak last
Don't
year.
play these silly games with me,
No, no,
James.
no. Dak 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 picks, 106 QB rating.
Don't play he
That's
didn't run for anything.
Josh. Okay, how many picks did Josh throw? Josh threw 18. I guess he was 44 and 18, but still, I don't know. Okay, but I think Lamar should
44
win this
passing
year.
touchdowns?
No, no, 44 total, 29 passing. He was 29 passing, 18 picks. I don't know. But I think Lamar should win it this year. Because, okay, like you say, win games. Buffalo's won one more game. Like, won one more game than the Ravens, and the Ravens beat them head to head. Like, destroyed them 35 to
Okay,
10.
okay,
Lamar
okay,
has better
okay.
stats in all
Okay.
areas.
But Allen sat out a game
Still, it's not close.
and they lost that game.
What do you mean? Lost what game? that they sat out again. Lamar,
Yeah.
that that's your reasoning? Because he sat out a
No,
game and they
no, no, but
lost.
that's your point. Like, let I don't
They
know.
played
Let's look at
all
these
their
stats.
backups, and Joe Milton's insane. Shout out Joe
I
Milton,
know,
by the
I
way.
know, I know, I know. No, my point is like the one like they would have won that game if Allen had played.
Oh, so you're saying they would have had two more
Two
wins? Okay,
more.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so 41
But
passing touchdowns is insane. To only 4 picks.
mhm. And the
God,
picks are like he low key should have zero too.
119 passer rating. God.
He Lamar
That
is
is
having like
that
statistically
is
the best
literally like,
season in the past like 20 years for any
oh my God.
quarterback. Okay, and yes, okay, so they would have had
Dude,
two more wins, but it's
I
one
didn't know he
seed
had
difference. Yes.
I've been looking
Lamar
at all these stats. I thought I was seeing like total touchdowns, dude.
Lamar has 51 total touchdowns,
Oh my
four picks,
God.
900 yards, and 4,000 passing yards. Lamar is the MVP, bro. Like, okay, I know you're saying like the
Bro,
wins.
he almost ran for a
Ravens beat them head to
thousand
head.
too. Six and a
Ravens
half a
beat them head to
carry.
head. It's a difference of one seed, and the Ravens have faced the most playoff teams in the
Oh,
entire NFL, or at least in the playoffs. They've faced 10 playoff teams. I don't know
oh.
what the Bills have faced, but it's the most out of any team in the playoffs. I hope, like, I love
This
Josh Allen gets it. Like, I love Josh Allen. He deserves it. He's deserved it for 5 years. But the season Lamar's having, it's insane. Um,
I
so I
just
think
like
that kind of
for
overrides what
some
you're saying.
reason Josh Allen just seems more like he also has nobody.
Yeah.
Like take Josh Allen off that team. Like I
Hmm.
think put Josh Allen on the Ravens. I think they go undefeated. Like,
Well,
okay, ask me.
mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: who do you think is the better quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Okay, so
Hmm.
that's kind of my point. Is like there's just this sense of like everybody knows Josh Allen's better,
Yeah.
even though Lamar's putting up these crazy numbers. So like, yeah, I didn't realize. I thought his rushing numbers were a little bit down too. Granted,
Yeah.
like 17 games,
Mm,
but he did rush for 915 on six
yeah.
and a half a carry, which is second most,
Hmm.
third most in his career.
Yeah. Also, I said 51 total touchdowns. It's 45. I misread, but
Dang,
still 45 and
he
four.
he did fumble 8 times, which is kind of a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I feel like it's any quarterback, that counts like strip sacks.
well, let's look at how many fumbles Josh Allen had. It's gonna be like
Uh,
nine. It's gonna be nine, and I'm gonna
five,
freak out.
five.
How many
I
lost?
don't know. Two. How many Lamar lose?
Four.
Okay. I mean, Josh Allen fumbled 13 times in 2022. I don't know. But that's just a quarterback thing, whatever. And also an offensive line. Who's the better offensive line? I honestly don't even know.
Well, Deion Dawkins is a Pro Bowler, but I think on the whole,
Yeah,
it's
probably
the
the Ravens.
Ravens.
And he does have Derrick Henry, who almost rushed for 2,000 yards. That was like, dude, that was under the radar. Derrick Henry almost rushed for 2,000 yards. And nobody talked about it because Saquon did.
Yeah,
1,921.
uh, yeah, the Ravens O line is
Insane.
definitely better, but Deion Dawkins has been insane this year.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
I don't
like
know, though.
the rest of that O line, like Spencer Brown, Osiris Torrance on the right side, like that's pretty sketch.
Yeah, that's true. But me personally, I think it's Lamar. I'm surprised the odds are so much in favor of Josh Allen. You go to any betting site, he's like minus 300, which does not make any sense to me. I think it should be even. But maybe they know something I don't. I don't know. Maybe people are tired of voting Lamar MVP. So we'll see. But yeah, no, the Ravens Bills game will feed families. The Chiefs Chargers game will be, I think, very sick.
It might
And
feed
but I
like it could feed me, but maybe not
it'll
like
feed
my
like
whole
middle
maybe not
class.
my whole family.
Yeah, like it might not feed the lower class, people in poverty, but the Bills Ravens game will, I think.
The Bills
But
Ravens game
yeah,
is like Robin Hood, like
yeah, really, exactly.
sorry.
Sure.
Um
But yeah,
Oh,
that's the
yeah,
AFC.
obviously, yeah, I think the Chiefs, like, just because I don't think any of these games have the potential to be a blowout. I just think
Hmm.
it's like out of the realm of possibility, and that's why I think the Chiefs will win. Just like we're so good in close games.
Hmm. Devil
Um,
Magic,
yeah, Devil
Devil Magic,
Magic.
and script. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but it can go either way.
What you
My
think about the
bias is like
Go
it's
on.
slowly fading a little bit. Like it's still
I can
there,
tell,
but
which is nice. We can have a nice little conversation. But no,
like
that's
it
good.
part of it is it's kind of what you would like what you used to say. Like I've already watched us win 3 Super Bowls in the last 4 years. Like
I have pretty much. I try to keep my bias on the minimum, but once you win like so much, you're like, all right, I can just
like
keep it real now.
I
I
know
got
you were
nothing to
so
prove.
obnoxious at like seven. Like you went through this cycle
Oh
just
my
like
God.
before me. I know you're the most obnoxious little cat ever.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But no, you get it. I mean, we both get it. Once you
Yeah,
win enough, you're like, all right, like if we win again, it's sick, but we've experienced
yeah.
it. So yeah, I mean that's the AFC. What you think about the NFC? Obviously Detroit got the 1 seed yesterday. Horrible game, kind of disappointing, but they rolled that over him.
We've
Sam Darnold was horrible.
we've
Um,
talked about this before. I think all of the teams except for the Eagles and maybe the Commanders are fraudulent.
Detroit.
I think
Whoa.
Detroit's not like super
Commanders over
fraudulent.
Detroit. So you think saying the Commanders are better than them?
Well, no, like just in terms of like how people are rating them.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
think I think the Commanders are underrated. Um,
Hmm.
again, like their ability to win close games.
Yeah.
Um, and I think they're kind of overshadowed by like the fact that people don't think a rookie quarterback can do well in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Which I think remains to be seen.
Yeah.
And their rushing attack is underrated. But um, I don't think like obviously the Detroit win over the Vikings is was convincing, but I think the Vikings are super fraudulent. Like
Yeah.
I
I,
I
I
don't think there's
really
a
like the Vikings, but I have that feeling too.
I don't think there's a ugh, they play the Rams, I think they lose. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna lose to the Rams.
9 of their 14 wins are one score for
And
the
like who
Vikings.
have they beaten that's I guess they beat the Packers. But
Beat
like
the Packers twice. Close
but
games for each.
are the Packers fraudulent too?
The Packers in the first game was Jordan Love coming off injury in that.
Like
Oh, that was a game he threw 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. That was insane.
yeah,
Um,
Sam Darnold, like great season, but
that was Jordan Love's first game back from injury the first time. Second game was
yeah.
home. I don't know. I mean, they beat Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle's
I
all
guess other than
right.
that, beat Green Bay, beat
Exactly,
Houston.
dude. And
Yeah.
and like I'll say the Lions, they've got a similar schedule, obviously.
Hmm.
Like other than the fact that the Lions wins are blowouts, like lost to the Bills, um,
Bills game looks close, but it really wasn't either.
um, and then
Lost to the Bucks week 2. That was their only other loss.
yeah, I just don't think they've really Steelers, we've been over it, they're not good. The Rams are fine, beat them in OT. Cardinals
Hmm.
lost to the Bucks. Seahawks are decent. The Cowboys are trash. The Titans are trash. I think the Vikings are fraudulent. Packers are fine. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
They just haven't
I
had to play anybody in. I don't know. I think the Eagles pretty easily make it to the Super Bowl.
Is Jalen Hurts like good at like injury wise? Like
At
obviously his
like
concussion,
football,
he's
no, but
but like he's gonna be back. Like they're playing next
yeah.
week. He's still in concussion protocol or was for the last game. I mean they were gonna sit him anyways, but I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be his first game back from injury, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. They'll probably just pound the run the whole game as they have pretty much the whole year. Um,
Yeah. It's kind of
but
boring, but whoever
yeah,
gets the
I,
dub.
I I don't like watching the Eagles play. Like I really
Yeah.
don't. Like I
I
don't
just think
enjoy it.
I mean, like number one defense and everything. Um,
Yeah,
I really do like Dan Campbell. Um,
yeah,
I just don't think first of all, I don't think the defense is good enough. Like defense wins championships.
really.
They give
They've
up
been balling this year though, for the most part.
I
Balled
mean,
yesterday.
they balled yesterday, but they gave up 34 to the Niners who are like depleted.
Hmm.
Uh 48 to the Bills. Like
Yeah. As far
and
as
like
okay,
they're
well, as far as EPA per play, they were third, or sorry, fourth in
yikes.
EPA per play allowed. No, like which fourth being
Yeah.
good.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Broncos were best. Vikings second, Eagles
Well, yeah,
third.
the Broncos. I don't know. It's just like part of that is they're not playing good teams.
hmm Yeah.
Um,
They were okay, like middle of the pack against the rush. Yeah, I don't know.
like Kirby Joseph is a dog, but like Zadarius Smith hasn't been that good.
He's been solid.
Um,
He had a good game yesterday. I think he's been solid, but
he's been all right, but they really have nobody
I mean they
else
were so injured. That's the thing. They've had that guy step up. Amik Robertson had
rushing
a
the
great
pat.
game.
Like Ali McNeil's been pretty good. Is he hurt?
I think so. Let me double check.
DJ Reader. Um, I just don't
Yeah,
like
he's
their
not.
pass rush is
There he is, yeah.
whatever. He is
hmm
hurt.
Yeah. Ellie McNeil is,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, he's really good actually,
hmm
but at like I think they struggle at corner. Like Carlton Davis is fine. Terrion Arnold makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, he's been not that great this year.
Um, and then like I don't
Melifonwu,
know.
shout out Syracuse. Yeah, I know. I think they'll be fine. They're
Yeah.
gonna probably
I think
play.
they'll make it to the NFC Championship game, maybe
I
lose to
think
the
they're gonna beat the
Commanders, and
Eagles.
then get
Oh, I
smoked.
think Commanders gonna make it. Okay. Um, well, let's see. We got so Philly, Green Bay. You're probably obviously gonna have Philly. Um,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I Green
Yeah,
Bay's good. They're just like they don't have enough.
they're not playing good
They're
football either.
yeah, and their weapons are like they're all solid, but none of them are top tier. None of them
I
are
saw
elite.
something that like Theo Ash posted today. Christian Watson, who tore his ACL, I think was this past game. Like when he's on the field, they're like yards per route run is like best in the NFL, and when he's not, it's like one of the worst. So that could
Yeah.
be a big
Well,
miss for
he
their
just draws
offense.
so much attention, even if like
Exactly.
he only gets one catch a game.
Yeah.
He's
hmm
and like they're just not elite in any one category,
Yeah.
and they've
And
kind
there's
of just been like
also
farming off of like wins against bad teams.
yeah. There's also a chance that Jordan Love doesn't play. Injured his throwing hand, I think it was
Yeah.
yesterday. So we'll see.
I
Malik
don't know.
Willis did play
I
well when
think
he
they'd
was in
get
there, but
smoked regardless.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Um,
Commanders Buccaneers. Obviously Commanders lost to them earlier this year, but I think the Commanders
I
are also
was
playing really good football.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
Buccaneers, they won yesterday, but
hmm
they haven't been playing great.
That's gonna be the
They
best
lost to
game
the
of Wild
Cow
Card
they
weekend.
lost to the Cowboys,
Wait, sorry, who did? The
the
Washington
Bucks.
or the
No,
Bucks?
the Bucks.
The Cowboys like low key like even with their backups when they play good, they kind of balled. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be the best game. I hope Commanders win. Baker's on a heater right now.
Commanders are just so sick, dude. Oh my
They're
God.
I'm trying not to be biased because like they're so fun and they're like the most like sick team in the NFL. Jay Daniels is awesome, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, that's gonna be the best game of Wild Card weekend in my
Is
opinion.
it okay? Is it crazy to say Mike Sainer still is the most underrated defensive back in the league?
Honestly, no. He's been so good.
He's
Like,
so good.
yeah, no, he's awesome.
And
Um,
Frankie Louvu is so good
yeah,
too. He's
yeah.
literally
He
like
never got love when he was in Carolina, but he's always been so
yes.
good.
And like literally the announcers can't stop saying his name. He's always making a play.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Um, but give me Washington in that just because I love them so much, and I think like they're actually
Vibes.
gonna win. It's gonna be tough going to
Vibes.
the Buccaneers, stadium winning that game, but
Also,
shit on Baker.
BTJ, Brock Bowers, or Jaden Daniels for Rookie of the Year.
Mm, Brock, it's gotta be Brock.
Oh,
So, dude,
oh.
he's having an
I know,
insane. I mean, they both
I
are.
know. But BTJ has
It's
been just as good, and so I think for that reason they just give it to Jaden Daniels.
oh God. So they don't like spite the other person.
Yes. And
It's
they can just
so
say it's a
insane
quarterback
here.
award.
Well, BTJ was third in the NFL in receiving, right? I think he
Yes,
was.
bro.
Yeah, he
And
was third in
receivers are like
1,200 yards. Okay, but Brock
receiver.
Bowers basically had the same, if not a better year, and he's a tight end, so I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah,
I'd give
but
it to Brock. I don't know how much they take positional. Well, we know they take positional value for quarterbacks, but I don't know how they value tight end when it comes to that.
yeah. Like
Like
if
we've seen Herbert over
honestly,
Justin
I'd
Jefferson.
put Brock Bowers third. Also, like the other thing that plays a factor is that BTJ and Brock Bowers' teams were both Sheiks.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
Jaden Daniels literally turned the Commanders around. Like,
Yeah. But then, like, does Bo Nix come in the conversation? 33
think
touchdowns,
I
12
think Bo Nix is
picks.
fourth,
Yeah. Really good
but I
year for
mean,
rookies.
yeah. I mean, this rookie class is insane. Marvin Harrison would have been rookie of the year Garrett Wilson's year, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even think he got
Hold
2,000
on.
yards. Let's
Let
see.
me
What
look.
year was Garrett Wilson?
I'm just gonna look up Garrett
Rookie.
Wilson's stats,
Okay. Let's see
like year
this.
by year. His rookie year, 83 receptions, 1,100 yards, 4 TDs.
Nah, I still think he would have won it. That's like those are just straight up better numbers than Marvin. Marvin had like 950 yards or something like that. Maybe not even. But I don't know. Purdy was third that year after playing 5 games. So funny.
Oh wait, are we gonna
Um.
do reference? Obscure reference?
Oh, sure. Let's shoot after this once we finish the
Yeah.
NFL
Okay.
talk up.
Um,
Um.
gosh, yeah. I still think Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna be the second best receiver out of this class. Malik
Behind
Neighbors is
BTJ.
also
Oh,
insane.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Duh. Oh, we haven't
I
brought up Neighbors in the rookie of the year.
I
Neighbors
don't
had a
think
borderline as good as a year as BTJ.
I don't think Neighbors or I don't think BTJ is gonna progress as well just because his team is such
Hmm.
a dumpster fire.
I
Um,
mean, Malik Neighbors' team is the best. Or looking does not have a good outlook either.
yeah, but they're gonna get a QB.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, but maybe they signed Darnold. They don't like Shador or Cam Ward. Horrible year to tank for
Dude,
QB, by the way.
dude, is there any way that the Vikings move on from Darnold?
I think they're gonna pay
JJ
him.
McCarthy is not that good.
Yeah, I
He's
think they're gonna pay
good,
him
but
and
like,
still sit. They're not gonna trade McCarthy. I think they're gonna pay Darnold.
yeah,
The dude won 14 games. He had an insane year this year. They have to pay him. And like, okay, McCarthy sits 3 years, whatever. Like you said, he wasn't that good in the first place. He can develop. He has
yeah,
promise. So
he does.
yeah,
He's also fine. Wait,
it's true.
sorry,
You
cut
see
that
his
out.
flow he had going on yesterday.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
I see
shout
everything.
out JJ. I'm sure. But anyways, yeah, Commanders, Tampa, good game. I think Commanders gonna win that. Then Minnesota Rams, also a very good game, probably the second
Give,
best of the
give me the
slate.
Rams.
I'm gonna take Minnesota. I think they're just better than the Rams. Although
Puka Nakua.
Matt Stafford, playoff Matt Stafford, you probably shouldn't mess with, but give me Minnesota. So we'll have Detroit versus Washington, and then Philly versus Minnesota. Give me
Philly
Detroit.
by a million.
Yeah, probably give me Detroit and Philly. Um, and then I
And
think
then
Detroit's
I
gonna
think
make
the
the Super Bowl.
Commanders Detroit game is like super close. But you
Yeah,
got Detroit to make it to the Super Bowl?
yeah. I think they're the best team in the NFC.
Oh,
I like genuinely think they're like as
delusional.
good as they
As
are.
much as I also hate the Eagles, like I don't know. I just don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But and then I have the Bills coming out of the AFC. I'm believing in Josh Allen. I think he's going to beat the Chiefs. I won't really believe it until it actually happens. It's kind of that sort of deal. But give
Yeah.
me Bills Lions. I
You're
don't really
trying to
care.
speak it into existence.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
Give me
you.
Bills Lions. I'm fine with either of those teams winning. But I'll take the Lions. It'd be the first ever appearance for them if they make it this year in the Super Bowl, and then obviously first win. And then Buffalo, it'd be Buffalo's first win, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
they're chokers.
Yeah. But
Shout out
yeah,
Jim
that's what I
Kelly.
got. But I'm assuming in your prediction you're gonna have Chiefs win. Chiefs
Yeah.
versus Philly. All right.
Yep, Chiefs three-peat.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll see. But
Yep.
that's the NFL rundown. We're gonna do a quick. I think we're gonna talk about some college football, but before that, we'll do a short reference segment. Just gonna throw it in there because we low-key forgot. I think we would have done it at the start if we remembered. But
Yeah. My
yeah.
phone might die, but so I'm
Is it
gonna
a
go
sound clip that you're
first.
showing? Okay.
It's a sound clip. Oh, all right. Tell me if you can hear this.
All right.
Can you?
Turn it up.
I might have to disconnect my headphones.
I was not prepared at all.
Can you hear us now?
No.
All right.
Can you just reenact
Yeah,
it?
the announcer goes, "Sweet revenge," as the Raptors cut it to a 6 point lead.
I have no clue. I don't even think I could like
Mine was
ever
kind of
come
hard.
close.
Okay. It's a Knicks Raptors game.
Uh-huh. This is recent?
And no, but you know
Okay,
this.
okay.
It's a Knicks Raptors game, and the Raptors are in transition. And they push it ahead, and there's a corner three, and there's two things funny that are going on. A player does something, and then there's
Oh
somebody,
wait, is it
yeah.
what's his face?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, who it was it Lance? It wasn't Lance Stevenson, was it? Or was it?
No, no, but like you're on the right track.
Yeah, he called safe because a ref tripped and he said safe.
Yeah.
He did the safe signal. Who was the player?
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim Harder, that's what it was.
And
Okay.
then can you tell me the other thing that was going on?
Oh,
It's like a famous Knicks fan doing something courtside.
oh, Spike Lee's hitting the T-pose. Oh my God, wait, that's great. That is a great pull. Oh my God. Tim
Spike Lee's
Hardaway
hitting it.
calling the ref, but he's calling the ref safe while the dude's right in
Yes, he
front of him
should have been
hitting the
closing
three.
out.
Yeah,
He
and
should have been
he
closing
still
out. He
calls the
calls
ref
the rest
safe.
safe. And
And
then
then
Spike
Spike Lee's
Lee's
hitting the
hitting the T
T-pose.
post the whole time.
Wait, why? Did we get any reason why he was doing that?
No, I have no idea.
That's an
And he
insane
was hitting
pull.
the T pose before the ref went down, so he wasn't calling him
The
safe.
ball, the
He,
ball was on the other side of the court. He's just standing there like this. Oh, that's
uh,
wow. That's probably the best pull ever in reference. I don't think I can ever beat
yeah.
that. But okay, I didn't think it's hard for mine. You're definitely gonna get mine, but I'm gonna say one word and you tell me the rest of the quote. Okay?
Okay.
Yabba dabba doo.
Babadook, Lil Baby,
Okay, I feel like you know the
or is
reference.
it? It's LeBron, Yabba
Yeah,
Dabba Doo, something something Old Navy.
there we go. Okay, I think it's Yabba Dabba Doo, Old Navy. I believe there might be something in front of it, but you got it. That's it. For those who don't know, LeBron is an iconic lyricist, if you will, in the sense that he
Yeah.
makes his own lyrics to songs because he does not know them. But yeah,
Shout
that's
out
mine.
Bryce James too, by the way.
Yeah, Bryce
If
James
my
committing to
if I was
Arizona.
Nash James, I'd be going to KU.
Oh, for sure. Also, happy birthday, LeBron. 40 years old, right?
Yep.
It's like how long ago was
Did
that?
you
Like a week ago,
how did
maybe.
you celebrate?
You know, I prayed for 10 hours for him.
I
Maybe it was more. What about
so I
you?
actually prayed to LeBron.
Oh,
Um
okay.
and I watched his clips for
Mhm.
like at least half the day.
Yeah. I had brought a cardboard cutout of him to a nice, sit down dinner and then had dinner with him, as many
Yeah.
people have, but it
That's
was
really cute.
nothing too major. But
Um
yeah, anyways, reference segment complete.
yeah.
Shout out
Um
Nash. Insane poll. Insane poll.
yeah.
But
That
yeah.
was the problem with that one is that like what the announcer said like really wasn't the iconic part.
Yeah. This just like
Um
the frame. You just like get that
yeah.
frame of the T-pose and the safe, and then that's all you
So
need.
funny.
Yeah.
So we can talk a little bit about how like everybody's saying that the NBA is trash. Um,
hmm
but I think me and James have kind of been on this wave like before this. Like the NBA regular season is like some of the least entertaining. I
Yeah.
think I'd rather watch Bulgarian piglet fights than I would watch like
I
Nicholas
was thinking the same
Claxton
thing.
and Cameron Johnson throw up bricks on TNT.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care
Yeah.
because
Nah, I was, yeah.
the games are so meaningless, first of all. But unlike
Yeah.
baseball, where they actually care,
hmm
like they don't like, especially like okay, I understand tuning into a game like the last 5 or 6 minutes, but the
Yeah.
fact that the whole first half of the game means nothing is like
hmm
so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Um,
No, yeah, I agree.
so
But
I don't know.
I would just say too, like, it's very rare, very rare that a good NBA team won't make the playoffs. Like that'll happen once in a blue moon. So all good teams make the playoffs no matter what they do, pretty much. So they don't like care. in the regular season, like they're out there and they're getting their shots up. They'll win enough games to make the playoffs, and that's when they actually care is when they
Yeah.
make the playoffs. And so like
And the
I just
playoffs
feel
are entertaining.
yeah, and they are. I mean, it's still even then, there's a ton of games in the playoffs. I mean, it's like a month and a half long,
Yeah.
tournament, really.
And
But that's a whole different
the
story.
the
But
thing too for me about NBA basketball is like these players are so skilled and they're also so good on defense
mm,
that like literally every single team just chucks threes.
yeah,
Like you
exactly.
really don't have to be skilled at or like it seems obviously you do have to be really skilled, but it seems as if you don't have to have any skill and you just need to be able to shoot threes
Yeah, no, pretty
and catch
much.
and shoot,
I
which is
mean,
like really, really frustrating.
it's the only reason Sam
Um,
Hauser's in the league. That's like all he does, and he does it well, and it's a like a role on every NBA
but like
team, you know?
even guys who aren't like seen as sharpshooters, seems like
Hmm.
they're just like chucking threes.
Yeah, no,
And
that's true.
obviously they're not exclusively, and like there's highlight reel dunks and like guys are taking it to the cup. Um,
Yeah,
but like the rim protection is also so good at this point that it's like taking a three is just so
it's
much
just
more
statistically like
efficient. Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's also just like not good basketball. Like we've talked about this, we like watching college basketball better because it's team basketball. They're actually running stuff, and it's like fun to watch. On the NBA court, there's 10 guys with huge egos most of the time out there that are gonna, take shots for their own good, and so sometimes it's kind of like, all right, dude. And then yeah, I just don't think they care about the regular season that much because they know they're gonna make the playoffs, and that's when they lock in. And then we've
And
obviously there's the load
the
management
only
stuff.
entertaining NBA player right now is Shea.
Yeah, it's also true. And Wemby.
Maybe Darius Garland.
Yeah, true.
Even Wemby. Wemby makes me so angry. Why are you
Really?
shooting this many threes?
That's so true. It's like how I don't know.
Like
Like
it's
Wemby should be
cool.
averaging 40, dude.
It's cool that you can shoot threes, but that should
Yeah,
not be he's shooting more threes than like all but three players in the NBA.
that's insane. Oh my God. What
Like,
is he shooting like
come on.
35 probably?
Yeah,
33.
his
Yeah, decent.
splits are fine. It's just like,
Hmm.
dude, whenever he actually gets inside, it's like the most alien looking thing, and it's so cool. But
Yeah.
he just doesn't. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But we've kind of shared the same viewpoint on that for a while now, and other
Yeah.
people are starting to
It's
hop
just
on the
like, yeah,
trend, but
it's like my thoughts on We Done with the 90s. I feel like I hopped on that train way before it was a thing.
yeah.
But
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
now do we want to do our little brain rot segment to end this
We're at
podcast
53
off?
minutes right now. Do you want to give a quick college football playoff prediction?
Ooh,
Quick.
gosh.
Give me who you got, who's gonna win what games.
Yeah. Give me give me Notre Dame over Penn State,
Okay.
like pretty handily. Give me OSU over Texas, even though it's gonna make me sad. And then give me OSU over Notre Dame. I'm really
Okay.
pushing the
Wow.
Big Ten. I'm embracing the Big Ten now. So
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I want Texas to win that game, but give me OSU.
yeah.
And I think Penn
Same,
State's
by the
gonna
way.
beat, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Penn State's gonna beat Notre Dame. I think Drew Aller's playing insane right now. And
Shout out
I
William
think,
Herbert Meisenbacher, or
yep.
Herbert William Meisenbacher. He's going to the Orange Bowl.
Oh,
Um,
is it really? Oh,
Big
nice.
Notre Dame
Sick.
guy.
Cool. But no, I think okay, also quick take. I think if Penn State ball or if Drew Aller balls out and they win the Natty, he's gonna like uncommit. I guess I don't know if that's the right word, but he's not gonna go back to school and he's gonna enter the draft and be QB1. I've been high on like I guess I haven't really told you, but like I've pulled on my Syracuse friends like Drew Aller would be QB1 in this draft. And I think he will if he enters the class. But that's my take. But I think Penn State's gonna be OSU or sorry, Penn State's gonna be Notre Dame. They're gonna play OSU and
Oh,
then
that's a
screw it. Give me
really
Penn
silly
State.
thing you just said,
Give
though.
me give me Penn
We
State.
can't. No,
Drew Aller.
we can't just
What?
like breeze by that.
The Drew Aller take?
I don't even think he's QB1 next year.
Well, also that's also different because next year's way better than this year's class.
Arch Manning, Nico,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Arch is gonna be
who
QB
else?
one.
Oh my God,
Okay, this year, go on.
Arch is
Arch is insane.
insane. First of all,
Yeah.
um, But yeah, this year,
Shador's not that good. Cam Ward's gets a little bit overhyped because he's no
look at Shador's
nonchalant,
numbers
but
though. Look at Shador's numbers. They're
he's great.
good.
But Drew Aller has a better arm,
I think Shador's problematic.
like better comp. Shador's what?
Um,
Oh,
problematic.
problematic. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think Cam Ward's I think that whole bowl game thing is overblown. I don't think Cam Ward's problematic. Um,
Yeah. I don't think he is either. I just don't think he's people overhype him. I don't think he's that good.
yeah. Ah.
But no, I think that's my take.
Is
Give me Penn State to win the Natty. I'm riding this thing all
the
the way.
Nuss bus is going back to school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milrow entered. Ewers, we'll see. Either way, probably. Um, who else is even gonna declare or is gonna be in the draft? Um,
OSU's winning the Natty, everybody, by the way. Probably.
yeah. If I'd put money on it, that's what I'd say. But give me Penn State. Why not?
But
Kyle
like
McCord,
trust,
hey,
it
he might
makes
come
me
back. We'll
sad to
see.
say that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel, whatever. Yeah, this quarterback class is so bad. I'm so happy to pass about Drake May. I'd be so mad if we tanked and had to get one of these guys. Um, that's why I feel bad for like Giants fans. Like they waited this long and they actually get it and they have to get Cam Ward or Shador. I don't know. We'll see if they'll be all right. But anyways, okay, that's our predictions. Do you have anything else to say on that?
No, honestly,
Okay.
like
And that's my
I
Drew
think
Aller take. It's out there.
the CFB, like we'll see if it gets more interesting, but been kind of odd this so far.
Yeah. I mean it's 5, 6, 7, 8 in the
Yeah,
in the
all the
final
lower
four.
seeds won,
Yeah.
which that's cool,
Kind of
but
shows the flawed seating system.
the seating
But
was also trash. Yeah.
yeah, it's so bad. Um, but yeah, okay. Our final segment. This is Nash's idea for the record, but you go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the Vex Bolts lore.
Yeah. I guess Vex bolts. Nash wanted to talk about brain rot, and I was like, maybe we can focus on Vex bolts.
Like just like a
But
general unemployment like announcement.
yeah, exactly. So if you're employed, we can help educate you.
If you're employed, well, no, if you're employed, you can just like go ahead and shut this, like consider this the outro.
Yeah, because once you
But
figure
if
out
you're
about it,
unemployed, like you need to know this.
if you're employed and you figure out about this, you'll get fired immediately.
You're quitting your job. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Uh,
anyways, no, I've had to explain to my parents like since we've been on this trip, like the biggest things, quote unquote. So I explained to them like Costco guys, low taper fade. I think I explained to my
massive.
sister, yeah, massive. I think I explained to my sister Vex bolts. I don't think I've explained to my parents, but anyways, Vex bolts lore. What do we think
Yeah.
about it?
So I am not a fan of the whole like Vex Bolts refollowing. I I
Yeah,
did not
good
refollow.
take.
I think we
Me
should
neither.
leave him in 2024
Hmm.
because he ruins memes.
Yeah.
And he's
No.
also just like
Hmm.
he just gives me weird vibes. Like
Yeah.
he's
I
like
mean, mhm.
he's like he's like R. Kelly's illegitimate son. Sorry.
What? Oh my God, yikes! That makes so much sense. So much
Um,
sense. But no, I think I mean this is he was like he's the let him cook guy. You know, he had whatever a million followers, and the whole like unfollowing thing. Like he obviously knew he was gonna get more followers in the end because not
that
everyone's
was
gonna
so
unfollow
smart.
him.
I will say,
Yeah, that's an insane
like
marketing play. Yeah,
his character is like he's because he's obviously playing a character.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that was an insane marketing play.
Hmm.
But nevertheless, leave him in 2024.
And he's trying to come back, but we're not gonna let him.
Well, I think chopped chin is like far superior.
If you don't know the chopped chin lore, what are you doing? He's got the property in
Wait,
Egypt, bro.
what's chopped chin up to now? Doesn't he go to BU?
Well, he might be at his property in Egypt. I'm not sure. But I don't BU. I mean, where have you seen that? He goes to
I don't know.
BU.
Somebody said chopped chin goes to BU.
Well, I have to go and find him. But okay, yeah, that's the Vex Bolt lore. Threw in a little bit of chop chin in there. But
Oh, who's your
yeah.
favorite one of the Costco guys?
I mean Rizzler. It's really not close. What
Yeah.
about you?
No, I mean it's obviously Rizzler. My thing
Yeah.
is My thing is, I really dislike Big Justice
Yes.
because
Yes.
you
What do
can
you?
tell
Yes.
that Big Justice is like so angry that the Rizzler is more popular than him.
Yes. Bro, have you seen that clip where he was like, oh, what is it? Like the Rizzler, they were with Los Pollos TV, and the Rizzler was like, "Oh, that's my favorite movie," and then Big Justice was like, "Name one scene," and then he was like, "Why?" He was like, "Oh, never mind." Like he was gonna attack him, bro, and so that's
And
why the
then
lore is that Riddler's gonna
it's
kill
all
him.
like the fact that
He's a
the
Joker.
Rizzler like isn't a family member at all.
They just brought him. That's the thing. I had to explain that for my parents. They're like, "Who is the Rizzler?" I'm like, "He's literally this random kid. Like he's not even in their family."
And and the funny thing is that I saw something that was like basically Big Justice saying to Big AJ like they found the Rizzler and Big Justice was like, I want him, I want him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's some sort of a pet.
yeah. Give me
And
him.
then
Yeah,
and then the fact that the Rizzler doesn't even do the booms, like
I know. This whole thing is just the Riz
oh my
face.
God.
Gotta
Have you
respect
seen
it,
have you
especially
seen
with
the
guns.
clip that's like sorry about your grandma that has cancer, 10 big booms, and then they go
Yeah, I
boom.
have. Yeah.
So
Oh,
bad.
dude. Oh God. Yeah, it took me 30 minutes to explain to my family that whole thing. I barely even explained all of it. But no, shout out Costco. No, just shout out the Rizzler, honestly. That's the only person that deserves a shout out. But yeah, that's the brain rot segment, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure the audience wanted it. I don't know who wouldn't. Um,
exactly, dude.
but yeah, that's all I've got for today.
Okay,
Um,
so Chopped Chin is cousins with former WNBA player Renee Montgomery.
oh, well, he's a hooper.
I think
Yeah,
so,
yeah. There's no way he hoops for BU. If he hoops for BU, he'd be hooping with Otto Landrum. Hi, mom.
I
That
actually
would be
did think
insane
about that,
lore. That would be insane lore. If like him and
but
Otto
like,
Landrum were teammates, or they just knew each other.
let me look up
But
the BU basketball roster, like, because I'd recognize Chopped Chin anywhere.
yeah, well, of course, his name would
Um,
be listed as Chop Chin. You know,
oh, I don't.
yeah. All right, once Nash decides or figures that out, I'm gonna immediately end this podcast because we've gone way too far
Way
with this.
over.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Um, but this also like is important.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Watch, I'm about to figure out before you. Chop Chin BU basketball. Yeah, he's not on the roster.
Chopped
Thank God we
Chin
figured that out.
College.
I'll believe you. He goes to BU.
Chopped Chin basketball.
Actually, I don't even see BU stuff anywhere. Whatever. Okay, we gotta end this. We gotta
Anyway,
end this. We'll leave it up to the audience to do their own research because
yeah,
I'm sure they will. But that's all I've got.
yeah,
Hope
that's
you
all I've
guys,
got.
yeah, hope you guys have a good, I guess, rest of your break potentially, unless you're in high school. Nash did have to go to school today. I still am on break for another week, but yeah, just enjoy January, I guess. It's been a couple weeks, so yeah. All right, peace out.
Peace.